Now, this topic is just so important these days, especially with more scams emerging. In fact, we have a couple links to share with you guys right now. Here's a couple links and numbers and emails and everything. Anna, you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yeah, this is just a partial list. I believe you're going to put it up on your website
here. Yeah, we'll post it on our website for anyone. You don't have to jot it down real fast.
These first two are if you're a victim of the what we call the IRS scam, where someone fraudulently files a return in your name, and then when you go ahead and try to file your return, you find out they've already cut a check to somebody somewhere. So there's a couple of links where you can either call or you can send an email to that phishing@irs.gov link that you see there. The next one is attachments with malware. I tell people never, ever, ever open a link if you're not 100% sure of who it came from and what it is. If there's anything that's a .exe type file or anything on the end of the line, don't open it up. You can go to this web address here and you can import that link into there and it'll scan it and tell you if it's good or not. The last two are the Federal Trade Commission. All scams are clearinghouse through the Federal Trade Commission now. You should always report to them a scam. Even if you file it with local law enforcement, you should still file a report with them because they compile those statistics, and those statistics are what allow us to get grants and assistance from the federal government to combat these scams and stuff, and they do it by areas. So if nobody files a complaint with them, it looks like we don't have a problem here, and it's harder to get money to combat this stuff.
Right. Now, you mentioned the word grant, and I want to come back to that right now. And we also had a caller that did not want to go on the air. We'll go over her issue in just a moment, but let's talk about the grant scam. What is the grant scam, and where does this generate, and how does it tie into the shipper scam and the reshipper scam, and how does that particularly work? What's the setup on that, and what do people really need to be aware of to watch out for themselves?
Well, the grant scam and the shipper scam are two different entities. They don't interact with each other, but I'll cover each of them. On the grant scam, people apply for grants online. I'm sure people have seen these emails that say, you know, you qualify for a $2,500 or $5,000 government grant. You give them all of your information to get this grant. You give them your social security number, your date of birth, your mother's maiden name, you know, all the information they ask for. They will send you a check and say, hey, you qualified, here's a check, we need you to deposit this check to your account. And then after you deposit the check, at some point you're going to get another email from them, and here's where you have a variety of different methods. But the bottom line is they will ask you to send money out of that check that you just deposited to somebody else for some other reason. It may be somebody is building something for you, or this person is overseeing your account, or they're an executive that's tied into this whole thing, but they want you to wire transfer money or send it through a gift card or whatever to somebody else. Don't do that. If you get something like that and you believe it's a scam, you can deposit the check to your account, but wait until that check clears and the bank says that it's a good check before you ever wire anything out, because they want you to send the money before the bank notifies you that it's no good. And if you do that, you're going to be held on the hook for the money that you send out.